In 3, 2, 1, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this is working. I got a fabulous show lined up for everybody tonight. I think we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen around the world. Welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. And for the first time, I actually have two guests back to back in my studio. I'm the luckiest guy in the world because they're both gorgeous. We're going to have some fun. We got food on the table. They already are eating.
That's right. I got some Italian mushrooms.
Italian. She's hitting the Italian mushroom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Terrah Bennett Smith and her partner in crime, Tess Caccioatore. With a name like Caccioatore, I would assume she's Italian and she's German. All right. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I know we're really not in my mother's basement. We're in my studio here in North Hollywood, California. I've been waiting for quite some time to have these two professional women in the industry on the show. I apologize it was taking so long, but luckily for me, I got to go out on tour, making people laugh around the world, and now I'm here in Los Angeles. We got a lot of shows this week, a lot of shows next week, and hopefully throughout the rest of the year. But right now, it's not about me and my shows. It's about these two young ladies who are innovators, who are doing unbelievable stuff in show business and in their lives. So let's start this chat with anybody. How do you guys even know each other? How about that?
We met through someone who was a friend of both of ours, although she's not a friend of mine, but we just don't communicate. That's how we met, back in like 2012.
Sounds like an introduction that was great, and you're no longer friends with the introducer. Is that right?
No, you know how things come and go.
Yeah.
It's like we're still friendly. It's all good.
We just don't see each other.
Yeah, we don't see each other. It's,
You know, I think I was talking about that on my morning walk this morning because I said, isn't it funny how you're friends with certain amounts of people for a long period of time and then you're not? Not for any bad reasons, but it just doesn't continue. Like your high school friends, you probably be friends with them the rest of your life, but you don't see them.
Exactly.
Your friends in the industry when you were in your 20s, great friends, you did some great projects, but you don't see them anymore. And you got friends that are in your 30s and you move on, and then you get to, your ages, 20s.
Thank you.
I thought that
We
was
just
funny.
love him.
You guys know I always like to have food on the show.
Yes.
And
we're enjoying
tonight,
it.
I called our friend down in Lakewood, California, Foggia Italian Market and Deli, who's presenting the food tonight. And I said, okay, we're going to have some food on the show. They can't stop eating. They've been eating for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So why don't we just continue
Garlic.
eating and talking, but we could tell everybody what's actually on the plate.
So I'm so glad
You
you went
wanna
to
do
this
it?
place in Lakewood, right?
Yeah.
Let her do
Really
it.
beautiful Italian market. These mushrooms are packed with garlic.
I need more.
Well,
It's a
so
garlic
good.
packed mushroom, and they're on either side of me eating the garlic. Oh,
Oh my God.
oh my God! Anybody have any mints? I don't even think it would work.
No,
I'm gonna tell you something. Dracula would never live in this house. All right, let's
right.
show everybody. This is me putting out a charcuterie. Can you see?
these are little peppers stuffed with cheese, and these have the most amazing balance of really great oregano and lots of garlic. And then this is an Asiago, I think, and there's
Think I
some
took enough?
salami and
And
I have
take
to
as many
point
as you
out
want.
that-
I got
I need
tons.
to save some for others.
the San Marzano tomatoes. This
You know about that?
Of course I
That
do.
just came into my life.
No, these are the best. But
Aren't
this
those
is
the ones
co-
that's in the right turn that
so
we
this
talk
is
about?
the coincidence of the day that this just came into Mike's life. But where we film our Tuscany scene with Carmel McGuire,
And
who
this camera.
plays Isabella,
This is our main camera.
is the main camera.
I can't believe we're
These
doing this.
cans,
How
if you
lucky
see
am I?
this in the stores, get these tomatoes, but we got them ripe off the vine, and they're in the right turn series.
that right?
Yes. San
Episode
Marzano.
2 when I go to Italy. I go to Italy and I meet an Italian man, and where the lady I'm staying with, I'm tasting some of the tomatoes off her tree, off her vine.
This
And let
is
me hold that so you can put some on your plate.
no. I'm not going to put anybody. You guys
not
take as
eating?
much as you want. Well, I'm going to try to talk as much as I can, and then when you guys start doing your
my
your
God.
life stories, then I'll eat.
Well, good luck that there'll be something left.
I love my show tonight. This is fantastic. I hope you guys are laughing already. And don't forget, during the course of the night, send us some money. You guys know what to do. Anybody out there, hit that button. We hear that bell ring. We're all going to do a shout out to you. So if you're watching right now here on Facebook Live, send us some money so we can keep on buying food like this. Big shout out to tonight's food presenter, Foggia Italian Market and Deli on the internet in Lakewood, California.
Wonderful place. Love it.
The food that we have on the table is really, really great. And there is some other charcuterie right here. In this plate, there is some hard, hot salami, and that is mortadella.
Mortadella.
Mortadella has
Now, what
cheese
is-
in it.
What is mortadella like?
Mortadella is definitely it's in the ham family.
Oh, good Lord.
It's in the ham family, but it also has pistachio nuts in it.
Oh, I see it right there.
The little
Yep.
pistachio nut.
Was my
I-
But I
dad's
don't
favorite.
eat meat, and I don't, I don't.
Money, thank you. Send us some more
Hey,
cash.
woo!
Thank you very much. Who are we shouting out to? But this is mortadella. If you don't know what it is, it's one of the most delicious meats that you can actually put between two slices of bread. I do have bread on the table. Neither of these girls have touched that bread yet. But
We're having so much
You
fun.
could
I'm
make a
telling you,
sandwich.
These peppers with the cheese inside, you said they
Cheese.
were so amazing. They're to live for.
This is actually just domestic Swiss, but domestic Swiss goes really good with mortadella. That I will have. Thank you. All right, so
So this is, you know what? This is a great show because you come on, you have a little bit of food, you sit down next to Mike Marino, you're gonna have some fun. And he doesn't care what you do on the show because we started eating way before the show started.
they've been eating, seriously, 15, 20 minutes before we started talking, which is great. She's not going to eat the pepperoni. You can have as much pepperoni as you want. I got tons of mushrooms. There's garlic everywhere. Guys, keep sending us some more hearts and some money. Is also that cheese is very, very delicious. I'm glad that you knew about the tomatoes
Yeah.
because I didn't know about this canned tomato sauce. And it's so great to know that this was actually in your project because this could be a nice sponsor. I love being with talented
Hint, hint,
people.
hint,
I didn't
hint.
even see that coming. We could use some money.
Look at that. That's an ad. That's an ad. That's
I
wonderful.
haven't had another one of these peppers. I'm telling you, they're
Either way, the peppers are the best. Inside this red cherry pepper, excuse my fingers, is what is this cheese? Cream cheese. This is garlic cream cheese.
wow.
Garlic cream cheese.
More garlic
Try eating that and then talk to somebody.
with the mushrooms.
Is this
So
my
good.
water?
Yes, it
There
is.
you go.
Oh, that's hot.
Is that hot?
No.
right. Tess,
I'm gonna have a little piece of bread.
please take as
Look
much
at-
bread as
Look
you
at me. I
want.
have some bread.
Where are you originally from?
Des Moines, Iowa. And there's a lot of Italians there. They actually have a south side of Des Moines called
Isn't that
Little
this-
Italy.
Oh, really?
And my Graziano brothers had all of this growing up. They're my cousins. They started it in 1902.
It always seems like someone says they're from the South Side. That's like a tough neighborhood. Where are they from? The South Side of Iowa.
Of Des Moines.
Yeah.
The south side of Des
Is,
Moines.
is it a real South Side?
Yes.
I mean, no,
And
no,
we
no.
call it Little Italy.
We're talking about in terms of the rough side.
No, it
Because
wasn't
to
rough.
us from the East Coast, when you say South Side or even you think that
South
it's
side
kind
of
of
Chicago.
Yes. South side of Philly.
South Bronx, where I
South-
grew up in the South Bronx. You know, they throw South on it when they want to tell you don't come there because you're going to get beat
Money.
up. Money!
Send us some money.
money.
Like, let's do a big shout out to whoever just sent us this money.
Let's
Watch
find
this.
out who is it.
Jim Bush, 50
Jim.
cents. Let's do it. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Send us some more money. We'll sing again, unless you didn't like the way I sang, because I suck. All right, so south side of Des Moines, Iowa. When did you get into showbiz?
When I was about 6, I started dancing. And then I had my very first play for school. And I played in a Christmas play. And I was a beaver. Now, I don't understand why a beaver has to do that.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. A beaver can mean many things.
No, it was a furry little animal beaver. And I was an animal that's sitting outside the house with the Christmas tree. I think they ran out of cast members and they just
Said,
made
make
up
her a
shit.
beaver outside the house.
I could leave this interview and they would keep on going. She hasn't stopped eating yet.
I know, I'm sorry.
But you know what?
I told you I eat all
this
the
is
olives.
this is so warming my heart. This is an Italian household. Money!
Money!
Send us that cash. It seems like everybody who's in show business gets bitten by the acting bug
Yes.
when we're children.
Yes.
So you grew up performing in, like, say, grammar school, high school, junior high, and it's in your blood.
Yes.
Then you seek out further. Where did you go from there?
I went to college, Stevens College, and got a BFA. Went to like 3 years in a row. So we had summer stocks, and then I went to Yale Summer Conservatory.
Send us that cash. All right, somebody wants a shout out. Wait.
Who needs a shout out?
Who needs their name said? Renata Konopka. Hello, Renata. Thank you so much for the 50 cents. We appreciate you. We love you. We think you're great. Renata is from Poland.
Oh.
Yes.
Is
And
she in
Kira,
Poland?
no, she's in New
from-
Jersey.
Oh, okay.
She's in a small town in Poland called New Jersey. And also, here's a nice shout out from the daughter of the owners of Foggia Italian Market and Deli. So thank you, Kira. Big shout out to your family. We're sitting here eating your family's food.
And it's delicious.
Yes, that's
Delicious.
Bob and Linda Quattro, who are down in Lakewood. Now, I have an idea. When you guys are ready and they go back into production, we will call the deli to
Yes.
cater some of the, what do you call it when we're on set and the food's being eaten?
The catering.
Catering.
No, we'll do product placement.
Product
We'll do
placement.
product placement and some catering.
Like I will come into a scene and go, oh, I'm exhausted. I was just at Foggia Italian Market and Deli. Let's eat.
Exactly. That's exactly how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Or we'll film at Foggia.
Now, wait a minute. I plan on filming there.
Well, we can film
Actually,
you doing
no.
you.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you something.
There.
His place is perfect for filming.
Yeah.
And right next to his place is a bar that probably has been open since 1928 and nobody knows about it.
Wow.
It's these are brilliant locations for filming.
Let's do
Seriously.
it.
And this is in Lake what?
Lakewood.
Where's
Lakewood.
Lakewood?
It's down by Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
Long Beach, California. Folks, go on the internet. I'm talking serious now. Foggia Italian Market and Deli.
He's talking here.
She's imitating me.
He's talking.
Okay, so now you're out of college. When do you come to California?
Well, I want to say that I went down to New York first.
Oh, you
and
did?
that's where we could have crossed paths. We were right in the
I don't
same
think-
And you
area.
didn't?
'cause-
Probably
No.
not.
When did you guys meet when you came out
Actually,
here?
a lot of your friends, we were all in dance class together, so you might have been at that dance
Yeah,
studio.
could have
So
been.
we might have been taking dance classes together back in the day.
Is your history the same?
What?
You got bitten by the acting bug when you were young?
Pretty much. I started dancing at the age of 5. And then, my mother did it basically to keep us busy and keep us off the streets.
Right.
So then from there, started doing, a lot of theater. I did Broadway. Started doing, a lot of musical things because I was a singer back then. And then moved out here and just continued on. So, yeah.
So you're from the south side of the Bronx?
Well, you know what's funny? Because when I grew up, when I was young, they didn't call it South Bronx. It didn't change until later. Then all of a sudden it became the South Bronx. But then at that point, I was living in Manhattan on 27th and 2nd Avenue. That's where the other half of my growing up was,
In the city.
in the city.
See, we actually have to describe that to people.
Yes.
Not everybody realizes we're talking about Manhattan.
Yes.
It's so funny how we all say the city and people go, where?
Where?
Yeah.
Well,
And I was on
it's an
13
island.
and 3rd, so I was only about 10 blocks away.
Is that
from
right?
Yeah.
So you pretty much pursued your acting career in New York City, and you did as well. Mm-hmm. And when is it that you guys decided, let's go to California and take it up a notch?
What year did you come here?
I came here in '87, but I was just sick of New York. I needed a change, and I had a management company at that time. I always had a little business going, and we came out here to bring some of our clients. And New Yorkers, we didn't like LA for no particular reason. It was that thing, LA, they're pretentious, they're this, they're that. So when I came here for the 2 weeks just to hang and do some business for my management company, I didn't like it for no particular reason. But then The first week I hated it. The second week I loved it. I went home and I moved back because it was January.
Yes.
And when I got off the plane, people had on flip-flops and shorts. I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful here. And I just never went back.
One of the reasons why I came to California after pursuing my career in the city, Manhattan, for many, many years, I went to the American Academy. I went to Herbert Berghoff Studios. I never even
wow.
wanted to be a stand-up comic. I was doing what everybody
studied
else
at
was
HB.
doing. We came here for pilot season.
Yep.
That was the big thing. Everybody said, where you going? Pilot season. It seemed like the whole world came to Hollywood for January, February, and March to get into some kind of a pilot. And I remember you read for maybe 2 or 3, and then you went back to New York with your tail between your legs. That's what happened to me. How about you?
Well, I didn't come out here during pilot season. I just came out and I moved. And the first thing I actually did on television was a spinoff, a pilot for series regular.
Oh, no kidding.
I had never had any television credits. I did have Broadway and I did have a lot of theater, but yeah, it was a spinoff for The Facts of Life. And I was going to be, I have
all right.
legs. I was going to be Natalie's, David Spade. It was one of they were moving to New York. Natalie was moving to New York, and I was one of the roommates. And me, her, David Spade, Richard Grieco, and some other girl, we were going to be living together. So
Wow, Richard Grieco.
I remember that name.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he go?
Well, I don't know.
Richard Grieco, I think, made his biggest debut when he was on 21 Jump Street.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he was supposed to, because he replaced the other guy, right? What's his name? Who was on there? Scissorhand. What was his name? I'm so
Edward
sorry.
Scissorhands.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just don't. I'm sorry, guys. This is no.
They kind of had the look, like they looked like each other.
They had that.
Yeah.
Good-looking, dark and handsome kind of vibe.
That's really
And
interesting.
David Spade and Richard Grieco, and
So that was your first experience with like television.
outside of 2 commercials, but network television, yeah. And I was a recording artist at that time, so I was on tour and coming back and doing that. So I was doing a lot of different things.
That's a lot. Seems like, and I know this is the way it is for me, you got to wear a lot of hats and try
You better.
everything. Throw everything against the wall and hope that spaghetti sticks. So, all right, so that's your first experience. You?
My first experience was getting cast in it as an extra, but I worked all summer long and got higher and higher up in a very fun movie called Earth Girls Are Easy.
I remember that.
When Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis
Earth Girls Are Easy.
I remember
and,
that movie.
and
Gina
Damon
Davis.
Wayans and Jim Carrey, and they weren't all known yet. So I was on the set with them all summer long, and it was a great experience. I got to do stunt car driving. I got to be the girl in the pool in a bikini where the grill fell on top of me. I was a hot box dancer.
Was that at a time where they actually had the Screen Extras Guild? You guys
I
remember that?
the
Remember
Screen
that?
Extras Guild. Oh
No,
my
I was already
God.
SAG at
Yeah.
that point, so
But I remember the Screen Extras
Yeah.
Guild. What happened to that?
it
Like
went away.
everything else,
Just
it
said
just
goodbye. You
disintegrates
don't need it
because then
anymore.
there was, the Screen Actors Guild merged with AFTRA, which used to be 2 different unions at one time. Now they're together, and hopefully they can keep on going. In fact, I've been thinking about calling SAG and putting in for my pension. I didn't mean that to be funny. I really didn't
No.
want to, but I figured, you know what? Maybe I better go ahead and do it before all of that
Well, the
stuff
strike
changes.
happens
Gone.
on May 1st.
Is that right?
Yeah, the big strike
Is it
between
definite?
Directors Guild, Writers Guild, and the Screen
Is
Actors
it happening
Guild.
May 1st, you
May
said?
1st.
Well, that's next week.
Yeah, next Monday.
Because I thought it was June.
That's why I was laughing. I thought you were going to try to get your pension before it went on strike.
No.
No, it's May. That's
I
Okay.
want to think about it.
So
though.
that, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. You need to watch their new show that I am in because we don't have to strike. You could watch us.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go ahead and talk about your project and how that became to fruition?
Go ahead, Tess. This is the name of it.
So,
All
Just
right.
Jump is one of the taglines. We have
Just Jump?
2 t-shirts. We're
I thought the
following
name of
your
the, I thought the name of the project was the
The
right,
Right
Turn.
Turn.
but
but this
Just
is one
Jump
of-
is one of our t-shirt lines because we're following in your direction of merchandise.
Okay.
So we have Just Jump and No Sex with the X are our 2 t-shirts.
No sex what?
With the X.
No sex with the ex.
No Sex with the X.
I would've bought it,
Would
but it's
anybody
very-
like some more mushrooms?
Well, she needs some more mushrooms. I will.
No, because you're putting it over here because I feel like a glutton because I'm eating
It's
up
okay.
all the food. Okay.
We want you to have what you want to have. And
Okay.
look at I'm so mommy. Please,
such
honey.
a mommy.
Please, honey, take
I'm
it all.
good.
Don't.
No, Tess
who's
needs
gonna
some.
eat?
Tess needs
No,
some.
I'm good.
Okay,
So
well,
in
Take the
2015,
cheese too if you
no,
want
I
some
don't want the
cheese.
cheese.
I'm just
trying
going
to
to talk by
lose weight.
myself while
Tell
I
us.
eat. So
I'm
in
good.
2015, I got invited to be part of this directors for young women. It was a network thing, and it was for a mature woman network. And all the girls that were coming in, the young women, were pitching ideas that were really young. So I said, "Can I try, my hat, ring in the hat, hat in the ring, whatever it's called?" And I came up with this idea of a young woman, early 50s, empty nester, and she wants to leave her corporate job and go on an experience for the best tiramisu recipe in the world, which happens to be in Treviso, Italy, was the origin of tiramisu. So Terrah and I were working on some things together, dear friends, and she said, "I want to do it." And I said, "That's great." So we had her and Edward Costa, who did the scene, and the rules were to shoot in one day and edit in one day. And so that was done.
Was it a competition or it was
Yeah, it was
just
a competition to get your web series funded by a very big network.
what is the network?
It didn't matter. It didn't happen.
No, the whole thing imploded, but I never submitted. So that way we had control over it. So in 2018, we got together, we spread out our laptops, and we started formulating. It was called La Dolce Vita, then it was called Tiramisu, then it was called My Sweet Life, and then the last name that we came up with was The Right Turn. So Terrah Bennett
really
Smith
full
plays
now.
Sarah Celeste Wright Turner. The Right Turn. The Right Turn PR is the name of her PR firm, and that's where you come in as Mr. Lou Ricci,
Right.
playing a stand-up comedy
Club
comedian
owner.
that
Club
now
owner.
is a club owner. And you got in a little bit of public trouble. We
Right.
won't spill those beans. And you go to the Right Turn to get your
So
career
here's
back on
here's
track.
some fun for everybody. You said the first three titles, the working titles, let's
Mm-hmm.
call it, were very Italian.
Yes.
La Dolce Vita Tiramisu.
This is very Italian.
Yep, because the whole thing was supposed to take place in Italy initially.
Right. So then how do you come into play?
Well, because when she was working on that project, I had taken a Heidi.
Hiatus?
Yeah, that word.
She's getting drunk on all
Hottie,
this.
hottie.
Drunk on olives and mushrooms. I had taken a hiatus from acting, and I was just thinking about going back to acting. Obviously, I should have probably went to speech class, so.
She was on a hottie.
I was on a hottie 80s.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. Thank you, sponsors.
So I was on a hiatus, and when she said she was going to do this, I said, I'll be the actress. And that's basically what happened. And then as it kept evolving, when it sat on the shelf, we were talking, I said, we should do something with this, turn it into something. And that's kind of what happened. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we just kept going.
And now
with-
it's on Tubi. The first 4 of the 8 episodes. Mm-hmm. We filmed all the way through COVID. We still have 4 more episodes in the can. We're in post-production. And then those will come out, so the full season will be out. But right now,
I don't
you
want
can
that.
watch Mike
So-
Marino, a.k.a. Lou Ricci.
So this project goes from being an idea, something that you were going to try to enter into a competition. Then you said, you know what? Screw the competition. Let's do our own thing. We'll make our own project. We'll
Yep.
make our own money. We'll control our own thing.
Yep.
And we'll cast and do everything on our own.
Yes.
Right.
Which is great because that's what everybody really should do. Because if you don't, someone's going to tell you how to do something and you're going to be like, I don't even like that. That's not me. I don't want to do it. I'm not happy. Leave me alone. I'm going to go work at Home Depot. That's pretty much what happens to me. I can't take it anymore. I love when people try to tell me how to do what I do. It's what I do. Don't tell me how to do what I do. I'm doing it. But this is a really great project. So let me give you my experience on their project. I don't even know how I became part of your project. We're friends with a singer,
Yeah,
Filippo Voltaggio.
Filippo
Another
Voltaggio.
Italian.
And yeah, well, if he was right here right now, he'd be
I'm
eating
going to
that,
change my
that
name
meat.
to Terra Terracotta.
Terracotta.
Terra Terracotta.
Terracotta.
Terra Terracotta. Bennett Smith.
Yeah, Panacotta.
So how did
Well, because we became friends through going to your show, I went back and back and back. And
Right.
Filippo, when he wasn't even living here, I would still come with my friends. And then I just, we both looked into our backyards and said, who are we going to work with? We created all the characters based on conversations. So I said, let's get Mike in here.
That's really what happened.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this program that they're putting together, or that is together. When I was invited down to the set, and they gave me the script of a disgruntled comedy club owner. I just went and researched disgruntled comedy club owners. It's actually really easy because they're all kind of like that. And I tried to impersonate one or two that I know. I won't say their names, but it was a lot of fun. And they were filming in.
The second half, where the place with the donkey.
There was donkeys. There was
That
deer.
was a
There was a
Christmas-
donkey.
Oh my! I see. I'm
That's
horrible
okay.
at this. I'm gonna move back.
No, you do you. I
love
remember.
that
I remember
donkey.
pulling up to this farm. It was like a farm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I was.
We're in Chatsworth.
Was that Chatsworth?
That's
It's very
Chatsworth.
hot and dry. And
And
there
we
was
do
a
this
guy
as the
there.
show.
He owns a theater. The
Yeah.
theater is in the barn.
The theater is the barn.
But yes, and he says to me after the show with these eyebrows that stretched out like two hands. They were like, "Hi, how are you?" And he said, "Oh, would you like to come up here and do a play?" And I'm like, "Mister, where are we?"
But let me tell you something about
They
that
did,
place.
yeah.
They have sold out houses every night,
Really?
completely sold out. And they do
It's
fun things. They have
it's a really fun
subscriptions,
place.
and people come in and they just. I mean, every night they have to extend them. People rent it. I mean, they do great stuff.
But I
there.
have to say that Terrah and I had to get really scrappy and inventive on locations, and you'll see the series. We had to do a lot of twists and turns to get there. So we could have been in this big elaborate theater, but she lived right around the corner from that place, and she knew him, and I had met him before, long before, in a different situation.
You live near there?
Right around the corner.
Is that right?
I did. I don't live there now.
Yeah.
I moved since then.
And it was so adorable just to be able to hang the lights and do this rickety table and the
I
Christmas
think-
scene is
yeah.
it was really fun. It made it more quaint.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think the thing is,
It's like putting up a barn.
The best part about doing your own thing is that you don't have to follow the script the way it is.
Yeah.
When you're trying to put together anything and the budget's not allowing, then you have to be creative. You have to say, you know what? Well, we can't do that, but we could do this. And if we can't do that, we could do this. The point is getting it in the can and getting it done.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that
We could
and,
write a book about how
yeah
many rules
on
we
how
broke.
to do. Yeah, we broke so many rules.
Oh.
So many rules.
One of the funnest experiences of being up there is, yes, I'm performing with great performers. Everybody's got a great skill. You got to bring your A game because someone will knock you off your pedestal. That's one of the coolest things about working with pros. You better bring your A game because they'll look at you like, what do you mean you don't know your lines? How long have you had the script? Excuse me?
But we were also very lenient.
Lenient.
We
Yeah.
allow people to take the character
Fun.
and make it their own because that's part of it. We weren't writing something say this message has to be said this way. The message has to be said from here.
Yes.
Yes.
And that people believe when it's coming from your heart and your soul. So why am I hot?
Great good
Oh,
time
that
because you're
garlic.
eating all the garlic.
Is that what it is? It's garlic?
she's gonna-
Italians.
she's
It's
gonna-
garlic
This is your
making?
blood.
she's going to start sweating. There was also someone down there that I enjoyed meeting a lot. Now I'm going to forget her name, but
Babette.
what?
Babette.
Oh,
Chef Babette.
Chef Babette is
Michael
in the
had a
project.
twinkle in his eye.
I did.
He had a twinkle
I
in his
She
did.
eye.
told me to tell you hello. I just talked to her on the way in. She said, "You're going to tell Mike Marino, tell him I said hello." You have to have her on your
I would
show.
love to have her on this show.
Whenever, I'll schedule it. I
Okay.
manage her, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You manage?
I
For
manage
real?
her. I used to have a management production company, and I got rid of everybody, but she won't go. Yeah, I got on a bunch of talk shows and
All right,
stuff.
let's just talk about her for a moment, if you could, if you could,
we
if
have
you
to.
could just a moment.
I love her.
She is a ball of energy. She's gorgeous, and she's
Just
how
turned
old?
72. She'll
70.
be 73 in December.
She's 73.
I know, but she looks like
She acts like she's 20.
Well, she also looks like she's
She's
kind of
20.
30 something.
She looks
Yeah.
like she's in her 30s. She's jacked.
I know.
You could watch her on the internet. She'll teach you how to exercise. She's been to a bunch of my shows. She always responds. Where does she get that energy?
Well, she gets energy until she don't mind me saying this, until when she's done, then she smokes weed and goes to sleep.
Hi, Babette. I hope you're watching. We can go for some weed.
No, she has a restaurant in Inglewood called Stuff I Eat, and then
She
a
has a
vegan chef.
restaurant?
Yeah, she's a vegan chef.
she's
kidding.
a vegan chef. She's been vegan for years. That's how. Well, we met in church and a choir together.
These stories just have
Yeah.
no ending.
Yeah, so I was just talking to her today because we're developing a show for her right now with a company. But Yeah, I talk to her all the time, and she told me, "Tell Mike I said hi. I want to
She
come on
should
his show."
have a chef
She wants
show.
to come on your show.
She can come on this show.
Oh, my
We will
gosh.
have a lot of fun. She'll probably watch me eat and say, "Put that down. Stop eating
No,
that."
she'll make you a really great vegan avocado mousse.
Yeah.
Chocolate mousse made with avocado, you can't go wrong.
Well, I don't know. I'm still wanting meatballs right now.
Well, you take
Would
some
you like
salami.
some pepperoni?
No, pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Tell everybody where they can see the project so that they can watch all the episodes, and then we're going to go on to a different topic.
You can turn to Tubi TV, the right turn, and it's spelled with a W. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, that looks very weird. We won't do that. You can WRIGHT turn.
It seems like so many people are getting lucky and blessed by having their own show on a channel called Tubi. I would like to investigate that myself. A lot of people
There's
are
like
turning
600
to
million
Amazon.
people.
And I can
It's
help
amazing.
you if you do want to do something.
Yes, I
can help you get
definitely
on there.
do.
Yes.
We all need to help each other, especially in show
That's
business,
right.
because this business is out of control. Nuts. You never know what's going to happen. You're never going to know where you're going to end up. What's really great is to work with people you actually enjoy being around.
Yes.
Now, you people probably watching right now thinking we all know each other a long time. We actually don't.
I don't
One of the
even know
coolest
you.
thing is the energy, the freedom, the fun, and the jolliness. And you seeing stuff that doesn't make you want to turn off the television, because when you watch all the hatred that's going on in the world,
gosh.
it's just
It's
horrible. It's
exhausting.
exhausting.
Oh, it's
It makes me
exhausting.
feel like, what happened? Could we bring back the 80s when everybody was just laughing?
Yeah.
Or maybe they didn't have a cell phone, so we didn't know about the problems.
I think that's a big part of it. You know, and what's so sad, I was talking to my niece today and my daughter at one point, and they were both saying how they're not sure if they want to have kids because of the way of the world.
Isn't that sad?
Not that they
Could
don't
you
want
imagine
kids,
that?
they just don't know if they want to bring kids into this because it's so stressful for
Yeah.
them. There's always so much happening, and where do I put my kids in school? I can't even put them in school, you know, so they're petrified.
So many
That's
of the
sad.
original reasons for people getting married was to have kids. Now people are really going, hey, well, now wait a minute. With all of this TikTok nonsense out there, I don't know if I want my kids going through all the crap that's going on in the world. Plus, when you see all the nonsense, I don't like to talk about it. I don't get into it. We're here to have fun and make you all laugh and keep on watching wherever we're all going in the world. So, but it's pretty brutal. I started saying all the time, don't watch the news. But as a comedian, I kind of have to watch
Well,
the
yeah, 'cause
news.
you-
I
you
got.
base it,
I want to
yeah.
be up on what's going
And
on
you know,
in
I
the
never
world.
watch the news. Never. I stopped watching the because it makes me too sad. So I don't even. And you know what's so funny? People say, "Well, how do you know what's going on in the world?" No matter what's going on in the world, inevitably somebody's going to call me and say, "Did you hear?"
Yeah. Or
So,
the
but-
news pop up, the headlines, you know.
I don't
Pretty
read,
much.
and yeah, but
Yeah.
somebody always calls and said, "Did you hear?" And that's when I know.
Well, this is all success, no matter what, that you guys got this project up and going.
Thank you. And
I
thank
did
you for
it-
being a part of
I
it.
did enjoy being part of it. I hope you're going to
And
make
there's
more
more.
episodes. I hope you guys will call me
Season
down.
2.
I want to be in season 2.
Oh, you are because
want-
your
You already are.
character's recurring.
I want to recur. I want a bigger role.
No, your character is going to recur. Trust me.
I want more money.
Well, that part we're gonna work on. But
I want to do a
absolutely,
scene with Babette.
that. You know what?
Oh,
you
we
will
could do that. You're right.
Maybe y'all can date.
Listen, you know what?
How's that?
You are talking to the co-creators and the
Right.
co-writers of the show.
Well, here's an idea.
Give us the idea. Come on.
Me and Babette get together, and I said, "Would you like to go out to dinner?" And she says, "I'm too old." Me being too
Oh.
old.
Oh,
Me being too old to go out with her. I date you a lot younger.
Well, sometimes that's true.
You guys got to
But-
see who this is. She's pretty amazing. But go ahead.
No, but yeah, that you know what? She actually brought up something cute, like an idea like that once. She said, "You could make Mike Marino and I kind of like dating, or we meet at one of your holiday office
Ooh.
parties, and he takes me out on a date."
well, you did meet at the holiday because she's in
Yeah,
that scene.
I know, but I'm saying that there you got him, Mike.
Right.
One
But
of
you
the-
can't blush through the whole thing.
You
now.
what? You see me turning
I
red?
already
Yeah.
see you turning
Oh,
red, and
that's
the
so-
scene hasn't
it's-
even been done yet.
it-
He's like
It's hot in here.
eating that garlic.
It's the garlic.
You haven't even eaten any of it.
Yes, I did. Hey, listen, one of the greatest things in the comedy is the awkwardness of happiness. It makes people laugh. If you look at shows like Carol Burnett back in the day
loved it.
and the Andy Griffith show, they're awkward. They don't know how to.
You do that
and-
very well, by the way. It's
What?
one of the things I like about your act. You know, when you get into that thing where you kind of laugh at yourself, it's really charming.
Well,
I love your work. So
thank you
I've
very
been a
much. I
fan.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. One of the ideas behind my character on stage is I might not be so tough. I'm just kidding. Take the ride. You'll be glad that you did. And that's the way I try to
Yeah.
portray that. I'm really lucky. What would you say is one of the greatest gifts that you got in show business throughout, let's say, the past 15 years?
I would say one of the greatest gifts that I got was probably understanding the importance of utilizing every talent that I have and not listening to people when they say, jack of all trade, master of none, pick one thing.
I never could go that way.
I couldn't
neither.
go
I
that
had
way.
to do all things. I wore all the hats. I had to. I never saw anybody doing what I would do. I had to do what I had to do for myself.
Yeah.
I didn't get it from an agent or a manager. I just was like, get out of the way. I'll go do it. And how about you?
I think the same thing, and I think the culmination for me, and I could probably speak for Terrah too, we were allowed to work together and bring all of our skills and multiple hats to the table and had a lot of fun. So I think the right turn was a turning point for me because I've always been in different lanes, from the directing to the writing to on camera to the talk show to whatever. And to be able to bring all those skills to the table, it feels good. And especially to have it up on Tubi. And Tubi is a great network. There's, I think, 600 million viewers and subscribers.
I think, the challenge now with the industry and people who are doing independent stuff, especially when you've been mainstream,
Yeah.
we call the machine television, is that it's very hard to see outside the machine as something relevant and important. But what a lot of people are thinking about. I mean, what people don't realize is that there's shifts happening behind the scenes where, those, like, remember when Netflix first came out, they were not Netflix. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to be on Netflix. So the things that we're fighting against, because it doesn't feel like it's the machine or, network, HBO, are going to be the next thing in another year. They're going to be that thing that you wish you were on.
Yeah.
And you really got to start thinking out of the box and just creating projects and have ownership. If you got an idea for a show, you have a platform. This is a show.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
a show.
I agree. You got to own it. And it's true because if you think a long time ago, you heard the word HBO, 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 then Showtime, Showtime, Showtime. You really don't hear that too much anymore. Now all you hear is Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix.
So
and
how do you
Hulu.
know we're not going to be the next ones to be on something like that?
We
Yeah.
are.
And that's the deal. So I think the key is if you got an idea, just do it. Figure out how to get it done. And we are masters, Tess and I, of getting it done.
They get it done.
We get it done because
Yeah.
not too many people. When we tell them about the show, at least when I tell people about the show, they always say, "Oh, you got a web series." I'm like, "No, it's 8 episodes that are 50 minutes long." Then they do like, "Wait a minute, you said 8 50-minute episodes?" I said, "Yes, like a regular television network." When we got some recognizable face, we got Mike Marino, we got Tisha Campbell, we got Christopher Duncan, we got people who are our series regulars on our series.
Are you guys friends with Tisha Campbell?
I am.
Yeah.
Been friends with her for years.
Let's throw this back out there for everybody. Anybody know exactly how we know Tisha Campbell? As far as I'm concerned, one of the funniest television shows ever was Martin. I watch the reruns all the time. It's always on TikTok.
Oh, really?
The
I don't know.
characters that Martin Lawrence did, are unbelievable. It was the inspiration for me to do my Uncle Tommy. The inspiration for me to do the character I do, Michelle, because that
You do a
came
character,
from
Michelle?
Michelle is like, "Hi, how are you? Oh my God, QVC, you got to watch me." And that was kind of like
Do you still do
Shanae.
Michelle?
Oh yes.
And your actor on
And the act on the road, yeah.
Oh, wow,
I get
I like
dressed up
that.
like her. We do some videos like her. And then the Stone character. If you watch Martin, and even the characters that he didn't play, like Brother Man, you cannot stop laughing at this guy's character. In fact, there was another character there, I think it was Hustle Man.
Yeah.
And he became a big star too. He, shoot, I can't think of his name. A stand-up comedian. They were probably all friends from back in
they
the
were.
day.
Yeah.
And it's just funny as hell, man. When Martin Lawrence comes in the door and he's doing that character that's got the curly hair with the messed up teeth, I can't even think, and he sings.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of the
I can't
character's
remember the
name.
name.
It's kind of like a Rick Jamie kind of.
Yes,
person,
like
but
Rick
not-
James.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Oh. Jerome's
Jerome.
in the house. Now, how she kept a straight face watching Martin do that, I have no idea. But she is a great actress. She has a very successful career. I didn't even know she was in the project. Wow.
You gotta turn on Tubi.
I gotta
watch
turn
it.
on
She's
and
in
watch.
episode 1, and then she comes back later.
I'm probably like a lot of actors. I don't like to watch myself.
But you're actually really good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
And you cursed a lot too.
I
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
whole lot. But it's so funny.
We probably won't be able to go on network because of you.
Well, we've been bleeping you out because we've got
We bleep
some
you out.
offers to put the show on some syndicated channels.
Really?
Yeah, we had to
So,
bleep you out.
but we're just bleeping
You
out all
dropped,
the.
you dropped the F bomb about 10 times.
But it's funny.
It's funny.
It's
Wow.
your
So good.
character.
It's
All right,
your-
you
It's
know.
your character.
Well, I
Because
am
it's so
from New
different
Jersey.
Than
I mean-
you though.
No, it's
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
like way different than this person.
Yeah.
Good.
And that shows you how wonderful you are.
I
Yeah.
always wanted to be the actor that brought to the camera a character that was far from who I am. Like,
Because I thought you were like that, but obviously you're very different than that.
no, I'm
You're
a.
very kind of like. You're an intro. Are you an introverted comedian, kind of, sort of? Because you seem very introverted.
I could be very quiet at times.
Yeah.
I'm boring once in a while.
Oh my God.
A lot.
That's why you like Babette, because she makes you crazy.
Babette.
He's grabbing the baseball over there and blushing.
I have to do this. I asked you guys about some wonderful joys that happened to you in your life. And a couple weeks ago, I was lucky enough to be performing at the Boca Black Box in Boca Raton, which is a beautiful theater. And somehow, the night before, someone called me up and said they're having an Italian-American tradition day at the Miami Stadium in Miami, Florida. And the Miami Marlins were playing, and I got to throw out the first pitch.
Oh,
So here's the actual ball.
That's great.
There's the ball. I went on to the ball field in front of millions of people watching on television and in the
How'd you
stadium.
do?
I got to put on my own shirt that said "Make America Italian Again" on television. I threw the ball to the mascot, which I guess is a shark, and he caught the ball, and I waved to the audience. And I tell you, I was more nervous doing that than any
Really?
stand-up show, any filming, any
So
movie.
let me ask you a
I was
question.
petrified.
Do you ever get nervous doing stand up at all when you did
Yes,
that happen? Yeah.
every single show.
Really?
I was told when I was in the American Academy of Dramatic Arts that the day you don't become nervous
Yeah,
is
then
the
you've
day
kinda-
you're going to bomb.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of true too.
Yes, because the nervous energy is what makes you say, I better
So-
bring the A game.
Yeah.
Right. So are you like a singer? Because I know that, or even like when I do something the first time, but once I started, then all of a sudden I just kind of settle in and I forget
Yeah.
the nerves just go away. That
Yeah.
happens too.
Yeah. It usually takes maybe a minute,
Yeah.
maybe even less than the minute. When I walk out on stage, money, send us that cash. Keep on going. Who wants a shout out from us?
I've been pretty.
Frankie in Bergamo. Great show, my friend Mike. Frankie from Boston. All right, everybody, let's all say hello to Frankie. Frankie. That's the first time I ever harmonized in my entire life. Was I on pitch?
You were on pitch.
I was
Do
on-
it again.
I was
one more
on
time.
pitch.
One more time. Go.
Frankie.
Frankie from Boston.
Hey, Frank, thank you so much. Send us some more money. Kiera, thank you so much for sending us all this food from your family. We really appreciate that. No, I get nervous. I got nervous when I was on the set with you guys because you never know what's going to happen. You want to make sure you know your lines. You want to do a good job. And if you're not nervous, really, wouldn't you become boring?
I'd say you do because
Yeah.
there's a comfortability there that happens that you're not really in the moment because you're just kind of out of it. When you're nervous, you settle into focusing because you're a little concerned, so you're a little more focused.
Plus, if you're a well-trained actor and you are in the moment, the person you're doing a scene with could do something that you didn't know was coming. And if you don't acknowledge it, you look horrible. And that could be anything from somebody going like that, which would make you go like that. And if you're on top of it, it works. It also can make you look even better.
Yeah.
I was doing this movie that I think is on. Give us that cash, you sons of
somebody-
bitches. Send us the money. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's still Frankie. Thanks for the money, Frank.
Frankie.
Keep on, Frankie.
Frankie, I
Well, let's,
Oh, we gotta start all over again.
Start that over. Okay.
I was
He
looking at
starts,
the things.
He starts. You go. I
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Frankie.
Frankie. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, well, I was way off key.
Yeah.
You know what? We can't.
I'm trying to follow you.
You can't do things twice. Somebody
No.
else send us money. We'll start again. Come on, Linda Tompkins, send us some cash. All right. See, I'm wearing my
What
Italian
is it,
shirt
50
that was given
cents?
to me.
Is that the choice that they have? That sounds
Yes, they
so-
could do 50 cents, $500, $5,
So
$10.
50 cents to $500.
50 cents. Yeah. Support Italian. I mean,
Well, you might need to add a few more zeros on that one.
somebody got to pay for the food.
But you know what? Hey, everything is appreciated.
Absolutely.
Because you know what? That says that we're liking and we want to support you.
I'm having a lot of fun. I'm so glad I finally got to have you guys
And
on
we're
the
so glad
show.
to be here.
Yes.
And I'm nice and full now and getting a little sleepy. But
We're
I'm
gonna
good.
get you some more food before
No,
you
I'm
leave.
actually good.
We're gonna do a take home for you, and we're gonna have a definite take home for you because she won't want none of the meat, and you could take the salami.
I want meat,
the salami.
but not meat.
Do you sing anymore? Could we see you out on stage performing?
No, I don't sing anymore.
Not gonna do it.
I've done a couple of musicals, like maybe one over the last few years, but it's not. I mean, we sang in the music number from the series.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have a music video that's out. I sang on
The
that.
Time of Your Life.
Time of Your Life. That
Check it
Tisha
out.
Campbell actually wrote, and it features all the women in the series
On the
singing.
YouTube channel, The Right Turn. You can check out.
So I sang on that, but I kind of left it. I didn't leave it. It's just, life evolves. I loved it though. I got to do Soul Train and perform and meet Don Cornelius. And,
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. So when people say
Soul Train.
I know. So when people say, what are one of the highlights? I go, yeah, because you grow up doing the Soul Train line in your living room and having an opportunity to be interviewed by him, and he flirted with me.
Did he?
I know he never talks to anybody, but he flirted with me a little bit. It was
Don Cornelius.
I know,
man,
yeah.
What
So-
a show.
yeah.
Soul Train. That was Sundays and when we were kids.
Did you guys watch Soul Train?
Yeah.
Really?
Who didn't
'Cause I
watch
always
Soul
find-
Train?
Well, that depends. You were on the East Coast, so it was very popular. But
I watched the Soul Train from Des Moines, Iowa.
see, now I know you didn't watch Soul Train because you said I watched the Soul Train.
No, I did watch Soul Train.
I'm trying to think
No,
of
but
what.
Love
when you
Soul
say-
Train
I know,
or
I'm
Soul
joking.
Train, whatever it is,
When you
I
say
watched
the
it.
Soul Train, we go, you called it the Soul Train.
The way everybody
I'm just
danced.
messing. Yeah.
She's so mean.
That's not mean. I just thought it was funny. I watched the Soul
The
Train.
Soul Train. The clothes that they were wearing.
Oh my God, the clothes were the
the
best.
hairstyles.
Tamichi, our friend, did most of the clothes.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, Tamichi, Tony Briggs. He created the hammer pants, and so all the weird stuff on there that they would wear with the hats and the leggings, and he did most of those clothes.
It was called Hammer Pants.
You know the MC Hammer
Hammer
pants?
pants.
where
Yeah,
he had
oh, yeah.
He created those pants, but he also did a lot of the clothes on the Soul Train.
MC Hammer. What a great guy. What a great show. Oh my God, I miss when we were younger, man. But we're going to keep on creating new things, and you guys
Yes.
are all going to watch what we're doing. And then someday in the future, you're going to go, you should have seen this show. It was the best. It was called The Right Turn. And then there was this scene where Mike Marino was dating this girl, Babette.
Oh, you know what? Forget it. We're going to actually write it in.
Yeah.
It's going to come in. And it may end
could
up
even come back from
this
the-
season. I was about to say,
Yeah.
because we need to bring Babette back this season. We may have a couple of pickup shots. So when you're in
We'll
town,
bring
we
you
may get
in.
you going on a
We'll
date
hook
with
you
Babette.
up.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Hollywood secrets.
Hey.
It's not such a secret anymore with
Right,
your
we're
fan
telling
base.
everybody. So if you go look up Chef Babette, you tell us if you think that Mike should have a scene with Chef Babette.
Yes.
And
Chef
it's
Babette.
Babettete. You can go right now on IG or Facebook and look her up and how gorgeous she is. And you think, see if Mike would want to.
You're going to say, I can't believe this woman is in her 70s. I mean, she really looks like,
She's
let's say,
amazing.
she's in her 40s. She does push-ups on the show. You can watch her exercise, and she's just ripped. Does she have children?
Yeah, she has a great grand now.
A great grandmother. Holy smokes. Do you have kids?
I have 3.
Are they in showbiz?
Not really, no.
No?
I mean, my son was, when he was younger, he did a lot of commercials and he did a couple of pilots and stuff. And then one day he says, okay, I'm not doing this anymore because I'm not going to wait for people to decide when I work.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left it. And then he's been making money ever since.
And you?
I do not. I have a lot of adopted kids, and I help raise children.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of kids in Africa.
Do you have kids?
I don't have any children, so I got plenty of time to hang out.
With Chef Babette.
I didn't say that.
I said it for you.
All right, listen.
Yeah,
There was
we're
a
gonna
couple
do
other
that.
questions I would like to get from the audience. I can't really see the Instagram right now, but if anybody on Facebook has questions for my two lovely guests, now would be a good time to ask it. I have some questions myself.
Okay.
Being women in show business, big difference. How do you feel? How do
Tess,
you guys
wanna
do?
go first?
Yeah, big difference. Yes, I think it's changed over the years, and I
Getting
think
better?
it has to.
Mm-hmm.
It has to. I think a lot of the things that are being revealed that used to be behind the scenes, I was never a victim in that way, but it could have been. I got myself out of a few situations. But I think what's great for what we did was be able to go against the machine, and we got to create on our own, and we got to call our own shots, and now have something out on TV. So it's important.
Yeah. So
to
now
be-
you guys
we
are in
also mentor
charge.
younger women, and you know,
What's it like to actually go into casting on your project, and the people come in to read, or you guys just call your friends?
No, this was a call a friend or thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just because you know what, you get to a certain place in your career where you know so many people, and it doesn't really make sense to go out and get other people when you got friends who are looking to work and want
Yeah,
to
she
share.
said, let's call Mike Marino.
Right, you know, we didn't need to do that. It's like I'd rather go to the people that have had my back over the years, or you know, when I was crying because somebody gave me the role, they took me out to dinner. Those are the people you want to reach back and go, come on, I'm doing something fun, come be a part of it. And that's how we operate. So it was very easy doing that, you know, that process.
Yeah. Everybody on the set was really great. A lot of nice people.
Now, did you know Isabella Hoffman before that? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I don't know what made me just ask that because
I knew some of your camera people, but I think they were filming some shows over at the Laugh Factory, and that's how I knew them. From other shows.
Don't ask me what I'm doing.
That's okay. She's getting drunk on mushrooms.
Mushrooms and olives.
I didn't tell them what was in the mushrooms.
Lot
How
of
about you?
garlic.
How do you feel about being a woman in showbiz?
Okay, let's add a woman and add a woman of color.
Okay,
So
please
we can
do.
add all of that. You know, there has been so many shifts within number one being a woman, number two being a woman of color, and being a brown or colored woman. Because you go from where they want the lighter complected women who look like they might be more biracially, that fits, you know, and then you go, then the browner women are in. It's so many hoops and hollers and jumps that you have to do that it's an industry where if it's working for you and you've hit at a certain point, then you're good. But once you get past that age range where you're no longer the hot ticket, then you're put in a category of kind of, I hate to say has been ish. And the only way you really work is if the casting people know you and love you. And if you create a lot of your own things. And that's not saying I don't work, because I still do a lot of television, you know, but I don't have the same desire to sit there and audition anymore. I'm producing a project right now, a new television series, because I'm behind the camera as well as a director, producer, writer. And the amount of actors that came in for these roles that are submitting the agents, one character, like 2,000 actors
Wow.
for one character, you know, and there's like seven. I'm going through all of this going, this is what happens to us where we're sitting here. They're looking at these little thumbnail screenshots, hoping that, you know, they find the face before they even click on them. Because that's what I did. It's like, no, you look interesting. No, you look interesting. And that's what they do. So you have one role for 1,000 to 2,000 people each role. And then we're out here going, just call me in. And then you're sitting there waiting. So as a woman, it's even more, you know, I think now as Black women, African American, that there's lot more work. I think we're a little bit of a flavor right now, because you look at the award shows and we're on there. But for the most part, it's been challenging, you know.
Well, I'm glad you guys are doing what you're doing. So, in all seriousness, folks, when I was on the set and I was doing the scene with you, I guess it was the second day that I shot downtown.
Yes.
Where were we?
Downtown
Downtown
LA.
Los Angeles. I don't know how you guys got that loft. I didn't know anything about the area, which looked a little strange.
It was right by the LATC, not far from LATC. So it wasn't too bad. It's just people don't go down there.
Yeah, well, I remember going there in the day and everything was top notch. And you sitting behind that desk, and I had to come walking in. I was like, well, I better bring my A game.
And you
These
did.
people,
You
these
did.
people are on
You
their
really
money.
did.
And,
You did. And you made it fun for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
yeah?
if you watch the scene, I'm laughing at you going, because he says something about when you said, I forgot the line, and I said, okay, you talking to me something, and I kind of mimic you. I said something, because, you know, I'm Italian when I'm around
Yeah.
Italians.
She's been acting Italian when she
I've been
walked it up.
Italian
Is
all
this
the-
it?
Is this the place
Is
you
this
know
where we're
talking to me?
taping?
You know
I don't eat meat.
But no, you were
I'm
really
from the Bronx, South Bronx.
South Bronx. You're really good. You were very good
Yeah,
in it.
very good.
You know, so, and you'll be
Now
back.
you be curious and you'll go and watch, and
Yeah,
then
you have to
then,
go see
know,
yourself.
yeah.
Episode
3.
3.
All right, everybody, you're going to have to tune in now, watch all the episodes, but specifically episode number 3. Is that the scene
No,
in the
he's
downtown?
episode 4.
4. Watch all the episodes. Get addicted.
No.
Binge watch The Right Turn.
No, he's episode 3. Sorry, you're episode 3.
As long as
Isabella's
I'm
episode
glad
4.
I'm in it.
Yeah, because you're in first, and then Isabella comes in 4.
We're making big money on this
Yes, we
project,
are.
so send us some more monies here.
And remember San Marzano tomatoes
Yeah.
in Isabella's garden in Tuscany, which is really Ojai.
Speaking
Oh,
about
okay.
women in showbiz,
I'm
you
sorry.
can go ahead.
No, nothing. We just messing.
We're
That's
just
all right.
messing.
Speaking of women in show business, the producer of this show is a woman. Her name is Tatiana Bluchel. And I hope you guys enjoyed being in touch with Tatiana.
Yes,
She
she was
actually
wonderful.
gets hundreds of emails now for people who want to be on the show. She sifts everybody out. She asks all the right questions. All through the pandemic, everybody got checked if they had COVID. They had to fill out the release forms and the whole 9
She's
yards because,
great.
you know, who knows?
You get sick.
You
It,
get
ca-
sick.
it shuts your work down.
Yeah.
Not just
So-
here.
And how many
everywhere.
people probably wrote her and said, "I'm good friends with Mike Marino."
Ooh, it's unbelievable.
I
They
know,
call it
and-
the Mike
and-
Marino
and-
card.
And I tell my friends all
I
the time,
pulled it
just
too.
fill out the papers. So big shout out to my producer Tatiana Bluchel for always making this show live from my mother's basement go nice and smooth. It's on all the platforms. You can listen to it, you can watch it. It is now in stone forever. Yeah, we're here live on Instagram, we're live on Facebook, but we're also on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Anchor. This episode can be heard on Italian American radio with our friend Johnny Mandolin in New York City. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and if you want to send us some money, I'm still on Patreon. All right? We got to get going. I've had a lot of fun. One more time, guys, tell everybody where they can watch all your work whenever, however you're out there.
Go ahead, Tess.
So we're on Tubi, so go watch the show. You can also text us at 424-404-1980, and you'll be part of our Preneur app, and you'll be able to find out all the updates. You'll be able to get a hold of him if you want. And then we're on Instagram and all the social media at The Right Turn with a W series.
At the Right Turn series with a W. One more plug out of you. What do you got? Money.
Money.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what she said at the Right Turn series. I'm Terrah Bennett Smith. You can follow me also on IG at TERRAH Bennett Smith and on Facebook.
And if you're here in Los Angeles, folks, this Friday night I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood at 8 o'clock. Saturday night I'll be at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood on Lancashire Boulevard at 7:30. And Monday, May 1st through Sunday, May 7th, I will be at the Laugh Factory inside the Tropicana Casino Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then I'm coming back to Los Angeles to do another podcast, a couple more shows, and from there, I'm going to Dubai. So tell everybody in Dubai I'm on my way. One of the co-stars of the new hit TV series on YouTube, The Right
Tubi.
Turn.
Tubi.
What did I say?
Tubi.
YouTube.
I said Tubi,
Tubi or
YouTube.
not Tubi?
YouTube.
Boobity boobity, lots of
YouTube.
boobies. We got to get going. Remember, folks, let's make America Italian again. My motto is, you don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, you don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing with my guests. Don't take no shit from nobody. You ready?
Yep.
Don't take no shit from nobody.
Talking to you.
Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.